While I was setting up to record this part of this video, I found out that part of my lav mic clip broke. The little clip from my lav mic. Clip broke. So I'm probably gonna have to take a page out of Gus Johnson's book and tape this thing to something. What he does is he tapes, well, he used to. I think he uses like a rubber band now or something like that. He's trying to be environmentally friendly, which is good. Good man, Gus Johnson. But since this is my first time doing this, I think I get a bye. He used to tape them to things that are like thematic for the video. So I taped my lav mic to a Reputation pen. So, wow. What are we doing here? What are we talking about? What's going on here? What is on the agenda today? Okay, get out of here. So as a 20-something-year-old male, I get asked pretty often, like, what is your deal with Taylor Swift? I dressed for the occasion, by the way. Like, why do you like Taylor Swift so much? It's kind of complicated. There are a lot of parts to it. There are a lot of reasons why I like Taylor Swift. Is it because she has catchy music? Is it because she's a philanthropist? Is it because Taylor Swift is really good at managing her brand and the perception of her brand? And as a person who works in advertising, maybe that resonates with me in a specific way. Is it all of these things? Yeah, probably. But if I was really to boil it down to one inciting moment, it's because somebody told me that it wasn't cool to like Taylor Swift. This was back in 2013 or something like that, which is when I actually went to go see this concert. It's the Red Tour. The Red album is actually the album that has the song I Knew You Were Trouble on it, which is the song that I was playing to earlier in this video. Maybe later in this video. Probably both, actually. Anyway, somebody told me once that it wasn't cool to like Taylor Swift. And I guess I took that as a challenge, because I think that's bullshit. In 2013, I was just out of high school and I was beginning to, I guess I was beginning to self-actualize, you know? I was starting to come out of being a douchebag teenager and I was turning into a douchebag adult. But the difference between douchebag teenagers and douchebag adults is that douchebag adults know that they're douchebag adults. Douchebag teenagers are in denial about being douchebags. You know who you are. And I guess I spent a lot of my teenage years kind of, trying to fit into a bunch of different social circles. I like tried to fit in with the emo kids, tried to fit in with the anime nerds. I tried to fit in with the band geeks. I mean, I was a band geek at some point in time. What I'm trying to say is I tried to like unilaterally identify with these groups. Because it's like, when you're a kid, you want to belong somewhere, you want to fit in. And it's stupid. It's bullshit. It reminds me of Mean Girls. When Katie goes into the lunchroom the first time and she's like observing the cafeteria as like the African Serengeti. It's kind of like that, or at least it feels that way. And I think that sort of feeling is kind of self-imposed, if I can be perfectly honest. Anyway, neither here nor there. What was I saying? So somebody told me it wasn't cool to like Taylor Swift in 2013, and I was just against that. That was like, because at that point in time, I was sort of rebelling against the notion of, oh my god, this sounds so fucking pretentious. I was rebelling against the notion of conformity. Fight the power. I was rebelling against my former self, and I was rebelling against the idea that you could only like a certain thing and had to reject everything else. If you hung out with the emo crowd, you couldn't listen to pop music. If you hung out with the anime kids, I mean, the anime kids were fucking separated themselves. They were like, it was like you were either a sub watcher or you were a dub watcher. And don't even get me started on the manga kids, fucking elitists. I read manga. Yeah. What were we talking about? In 2013, I took that as a challenge to who I was as a person. Like, what the hell do you mean it's not cool to like Taylor Swift? What is cool? Liking what you want to like is cool. When this person who introduced me to the Taylor Swift fandom shied away from that very fandom, I took it as, I guess, a sort of challenge. I kind of do that. This is weird. This is very interestingly self-reflective video. It's getting a little existential. Actually, originally, I had a script for this video. I had it written out and I had it sitting in front of me. And I was reading off of it. And then when I watched the footage on my computer in the edit, I was like, this seems really disingenuous. When I was reading from the script and trying to read the lines and trying to deliver them in a candid way, it felt like I was reading them as like manifesto fucking TED Talk bullshit. It's not, I don't want this to be like a TED Talk manifesto. I kind of just want this to be a rant, which is what I'm doing right now. Wow. Look at me. We did it, everybody. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, I found the broken part of my my lav mic clip. And I like to think there's like a little skosh, a little teeny tiny skosh of nobility behind the rebellion against myself. So I'm the oldest cousin out of a really long line of immediate cousins and siblings. Some of those cousins are like 20. Oh my God, my looper pedal is on. What the hell? That was probably going for hours. I'm actually really surprised it was recording for that long. Anyway, so some of those cousins are like 20 years younger than me. And I remember being a kid, and I remember having self-esteem issues, like around who I was as a person. And that stemmed a lot from like liking weird shit, like liking things that I didn't feel fit in with certain social groups. What I really want to do is, oh God, what am I trying to say here? I kind of want to set a really good example for liking Taylor Swift is the most punk rock shit about me. Because I mean, what's more punk rock than doing whatever the fuck you want? That is the embodiment of fucking punk rock. I want my younger cousins and siblings to like grow up with that sort of mentality, you know? Hey kids, if you're watching this, you can like whatever the fuck you want to like. I want those little monsters to like whatever they want to like. I don't want them to grow up with the same self-esteem issues that I did. I don't want them growing up feeling like, you know, if you're a boy, you can't like the color pink. Or if you're a girl, you can't play with lightsabers. Or, you know, you can't like Billie Eilish and Eminem at the same time. Sure you can. I think it's funny when people are surprised that I like Taylor Swift the way I do. It might have started as like some sort of rebellion type thing. But I put being a fan of Taylor Swift at like the epicenter of my personality. And the more committed I was to that role, the more I kind of got stuck in a feedback loop. It's great. It's a great feedback loop. Because I started to find out more and more about, you know, who Taylor Swift was as a person. And she grew up on a global stage, basically. If you can tell me at 16 or 17 you could have handled any of the shit that Taylor did, you're out of your fucking mind. And she handled all that shit with grace, too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Taylor Swift is perfect. She's made mistakes. Who the fuck hasn't made mistakes? You made mistakes? I made mistakes. Just saying, we all make mistakes. It doesn't change the fact that Taylor Swift has done good and has inspired good because of what she's done. And even if you believe that deep down Taylor Swift is manipulative or she doesn't actually mean the things she says and does, I would disagree with that. Because like Diane said in season 1, episode 12 of BoJack Horseman,
I don't think I believe in deep down. I kind of think all you are is just the things that you do.
and I want to like Taylor Swift. Because liking Taylor Swift is punk rock as fuck. Fight me.